How important is worship? Is it optional? Is it something we can do for a half hour on Sundays? Is it something we can do only when we feel like it? These questions came from my own journey of learning to worship the Lord. When I began teaching worship piano in 2021, I realized that I could teach the skills, I could play worship songs, but I realized that I didn't really have that heart of worship. And so I opened the scriptures and I began asking the Lord to teach me what is worship. And that was our teaching that I shared with you in lesson 1. What is worship? And then I opened the scriptures again and I said, okay, how important is worship? Is it optional? Is it something I can do only when I feel like it? How important do you say it is? And so these teachings that I'm sharing with you in this course came from my own journey of learning to worship the Lord. And so as I opened the scriptures and said, Lord, how important do you say worship is? He led me to 3 scriptures that I want to share with you today. The first one is Jeremiah 32:39. And this is the passage that you see on the wall. In this passage, God says, I will give them one heart and one purpose to worship me forever. One heart, one purpose to worship. He says our one purpose in life is to worship Jesus. And that is so challenging that it challenged me to the core when I first discovered that verse. And it still does, because it addresses our heart motives, it addresses our schedules, it addresses our priorities. Because God says our one purpose is to worship. It's why we were created. The second passage that he led me to is Mark 12, verses 29 and 30. And this is where Jesus says the first and greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength. So Jesus said that the greatest thing we could ever do is not to build a ministry, not to play on a worship team, not to have a family. The greatest thing we could ever do is to love him. The third verse is Luke 10:42, and this is where Jesus is speaking to Mary and Martha, and he says, one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part. So what is the one thing Mary chose? She chose Jesus. She chose that relationship with him. Martha was busy in the kitchen, serving, doing the work, but Mary said, I want you. I want to sit at your feet and listen and love you. And Jesus said that is the one thing that is needed. And so we were created for one purpose, to worship Jesus, to behold him, to love him forever. And that is the only thing that's ever going to satisfy us. No pleasure, no promotion, no bonus, no person will ever satisfy. Only Jesus can satisfy that space in our heart that he created, that he alone can fill. And worship is our highest calling. That doesn't mean that everyone has to sit in a prayer room and play their instrument all day. But it means that whatever we do, we are all called to have that heart of worship and love for Jesus. And so this means that this applies to our work. We can go to work and that heart of worship never leaves. And we take care of our family and the heart of worship never leaves. And we clean our homes, which, by the way, is beautiful because as we clean, we find how much the Lord cleanses us every day. As we take care of other people, we find how the Lord cares for us. It's so beautiful to find him in all of these little aspects of everyday life. But as we do all of those things, we do them with that heart of worship. And we find in that place how rewarding, how fulfilling, how satisfying it is to live in love every moment of every day. And in that place, we find that worship truly is our highest calling. Worship truly is what we were created for.